Hello everybody, my name is Dicker Games, and welcome to There Is No Antimemetics Division, Episode 2. Now, you guys loved the first episode, and I did too, and I was told to both read the Antimemetics Division story. I will eventually, I definitely will, but I want this to fully come out first so I can watch this, and then reread it and then see, compare and contrast, and also go on from there, because I know that this is only covering, thanks to an audience member, that this is only covering the first chunk of the Antimemetics Division story, up to 555 or before 5555, one of the two. But thank you all for the support. It means so much, so much to me. It is crazy how much that video blew up, and I definitely wanted to do another reaction to this, and I will be reacting to all of the episodes in this short series, because I love SCP, as I've already said, and I love talking about what I love. So let's get into it. It's only 10 minutes this time. Last time it was 16. What you doing, old man? What you doing? Guys, he's in the garden at the end of the Ouroboros cycle.
Al, do you remember me? Al, you can wake up now.
L or Al?
Mario.
When you retired from the Foundation, we made you forget.
Ooh, oh man, what is she? She looks like somebody. Oh my god, recent TV shows. Oh, she fucking looks like, the girl from The Walking Dead that was in the junkyard. Fuck, I forgot her name.
It's what we all signed up for.
We got Best
But
Nestics.
you agreed to something else as well. You signed your last hours to us because of a particular job.
Oh.
Do you remember who you are?
Dr. Lynn Patrick Manners, former director and founder of the Foundation's Antimemetic Division.
We need some memories from you, which are buried so deeply that we can only extract them by killing you. So this afternoon, we'll extract those memories, and once we're done, you'll be dead. What happened in 1976?
I brainstormed the idea of the Antimemetics Division in less than...
One of my favorite things about the SCP universe is how all over the place the timeline is. If you take all of the stories, so much happens in like every year. It is wild. It is absolutely crazy the amount that happens every year for the Foundation. Like 2020, before, whenever they were actually writing towards 2020. I know there is no solid canon, but if you like formulated everything into a cohesive timeline without reality disintegrating like Tilda Moose did, where we come from, that's that story. To an attempt to document where we came from, I think, is the actual tale. One of my favorite tales about in the SCP is that story. But if you actually did it, it is very, very fascinating to see everything, because you can go really, really far back and see how, like, the Foundation was either set up in America or had Americans and then also people from Europe and other places that just kind of congregated in America due to it being a big, migration there. It's kind of one thing that is always really interesting to me is seeing how America fits in to things that aren't American centric. The SCP universe is not America centric. Because the Foundation and the fandom is all over the world. It has fans everywhere. So having it be only set in America whenever everybody's able to contribute to it, takes away a lot of the draw. Especially one of the biggest people that love the SCP fandom is obviously in Eastern Europe, in Russia, and so on. So having it be not in their country kind of takes away the draw. That's why it's everywhere. And whenever it comes to the founding of the SCP Foundation, it makes sense to have it be America because everyone was coming to America around the time that the Foundation was set up. It's kind of like how if like Japan opened its borders and how like a lot of people started coming there, or whenever a lot of colonization was going on in India or in the Indies, where a lot of people would be coming in and out. So having it make sense instead of just being like, oh well, I'm an American, so I'm going to make it set in America. It needs to make historical sense for it to be a popular place and explain why they're there and so on, instead of just cause. And that's really interesting. Anyway, back to 1976 or 67.
In a week, but it was all too fast. It was too easy. It was as if I knew it all already and was just catching up. And then one day, I realized I could not remember my life before Antimemetics. So I looked up my file, and I found a hole like a jigsaw, with only the edges and corners. So I did the only thing I could do. I looked at the shape of the hole. This is not the first Antimemetics division. Before 1976, there was another one. But something happened to them.
That really reminds me of Keter Duty. Keter Duty is an aspect of the SCP Foundation where is it Keter Duty? Is it? There was a part of a site that was basically forgotten, and there's an entire tale around it. Or is it Containment Duty? Something along those lines. Exploring Series did an excellent video on it. And they go in there, and they're like, all these documents are decades old. After the founding of the Foundation, and then some of them are even older than the founding of the Foundation, but paint a clear picture that it was already well underway. What the hell is going on? And seeing that, kind of put into story form here is really, really cool, because the SCP Foundation is both tightly recorded, and I was going to say recordized, but archived, but also there are holes everywhere. In both the most convenient spots and the least convenient spots possible, that it just kind of is a tower of duct tape that is containing anomalies around the world as a shadow organization.
This much we know already. The question is known. It's the answer we've been looking for all these years, that we're killing you for.
I was going to question why it was so quick for the Nestics to take hold, but Nestics are supernatural, so it makes sense. Same as Memetics. Memetics are supernatural based on the fucking... as a blah 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 blah. Really, the fucking serpent. 3001 or 3000.
One last walk. The first Antimemetics division was a US Army project. It ran parallel with the Manhattan Project during World War II. We built our equivalent of the hydrogen bomb, an antimemetic bomb, a memory eraser.
Yeah, because the Foundation has kind of played a part in everything. It's only been until like really recent years that they kind of just try to not mingle in any country's government, but they've had sexed all over the SECT, all over the globe, everywhere. I mean, Site 001 is in Antarctica. The place where no one is supposed to live. Yeah, that's where the SCP Foundation's headquarters is. And they have everyone from everywhere. Like, their geopolitical alignment is to humanity. Well, they're obviously muddled sense of protection and duty to humanity. They will actively prevent other governments from doing shit, even if it might, help shit. Like, there was a lot of SCPs that did a lot of stuff in Soviet Russia that, like, benefited them. And then, like, the Foundation kind of was like, we gotta stop that from, that's an entity. Even if it helps, we gotta pull it out. Same thing with America. And, they're like, oh, no, so having them be part of the Manhattan Project kind of makes sense. Or at least having started as one and then absorbed into the Foundation afterwards. Which is really funny to think about, that one day people could have just gone into that office and be like, where is everybody? And they like were all hired by the Foundation and like are now officially dead or missing and like work for the supernatural.
We test detonated and got looped. We forgot that we had ever built the bomb at all and started over. We built another one.
Over and over, right?
Is that what happened in 76? Did you set off the second antimemetic bomb? Why?
It was
That was
eating my
repeated.
division alive. It came at us so hard and so fast. Then the only way we could stop it was to self-destruct.
What was it?
There is an SCP your division has never seen, which my division could not contain. The escapee. This is what you wanted, isn't it, Marian?
Yes. This is the data we need.
If you know it exists, it knows you exist. The more you know about it, the more it knows about you.
Oh, kind of like the basilisk, the one of the real, quote unquote, real world info hazards of knowing about it, that it will cause you distress. The thing where it's like, if you know about it, then it's fucking whatever, blah 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 blah, creepypasta. That's interesting. What are some SCPs that, if you know about it, it knows everything about you? The thing that's closest to it is the Shy Guy. Shy Guy is, but that's visual. That's if you've seen him, his face, that it'll come after you. But I can't really think of anything right now. I guess. Well, that's ironic.
If you can see it, it can see you. And you can see it. You've been looking right at it all afternoon.
Where is it? Is it in you?
Destroying all knowledge of it was the only way to destroy it. And you, restoring my memories, was a foolproof way to bring it back.
Oh, you need to tell me what this thing is.
That's the opposite of what we need to do. You need to set another bomb off.
We don't have that bomb. We lost that technology.
You always had it. There's an engineering lab inside 41. You know it. An underground complex in pristine conditions and totally disused. Why? Think about it. That's where your bomb is installed.
If I set the bomb off, we're back to square one. How do we contain this thing?
You can't. Don't you get it? The whole division is looped. We start the division, we run headlong into this thing, and either it eats us or we wipe ourselves out in self-preservation.
What is it? Where did it come from? What does it want?
Why? Why did you make me remember?
Ooh, freaky. Get an MTF in there. Epsilon 9. Brain blast. There you go. It's fucking pistachios, dude. Who are you?
Our MTF found you barely alive.
Caught that shit. I mean, what else was it gonna be?
What were you looking for? What were you doing there? Who were you with?
What 05 is this?
Did you at least find what you were looking for?
I can't quite remember.
Wow. 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 Alright, I'm gonna mute this and let it play in the background. Yet again, amazing episode. Absolutely amazing episode. I will say that the voice acting there, the overlay wasn't the best. I definitely liked it more whenever you could actually hear that it was echoing. But other than that, another fantastic episode. I love the SCP's dive into esoteric ideas like memory and timeline and remembering like what has happened before and so on and how that ties into things. I think that's one of the strongest parts of the SCP universe. It really, really is. They are so good at taking like not pataphysical, that too, but like weird pseudoscience things and then twisting them while keeping them sounding scientific. but also full balls to the wall going into like the supernatural. It's one of the best things that I've ever read that has done it so well. No other sci-fi I read has balanced so many things on its shoulders so well. Comedy with dash J's, horror and everything with that, like even the most like mundane parts of the Foundation's world, such as reality anchors, Scranton reality anchors, can become horrific depending on how you explain them, such as with Site 13, of how they explained that they're reality benders. Or you can have something that is so tear-jerking and emotional, like 1782 or 1790. So, Here Were Dragons. Like, I've gone back and re-listened to Here Be Dragons so many times, and every time I re-listen to it, it makes me tear up. It genuinely does. It is fucking incredible that the SCP Foundation can have stuff like this be not only printed into books unofficially, maybe officially, I don't know, and then also have other things such as Dollhouse, which was the other great ones, the 096 fan film, and then have things like Here Be Dragons or Containment, despite all the issues that happened with that, or even oh my god, Elias Shaw, like a funny character like that, previously known as Dr. Bright, but exist all in the same universe and have it feel believable is astounding. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I will say it again here. If you have never read SCPs, I saw a few comments last time that they were like, I'm new into SCPs, and I saw this, and I wanted to watch a reaction, and I love seeing your energy and your excitement for this stuff. Go. Do yourself a favor. Go. It's kind of like comic books or like manga. If you see something that looks cool, click it, open it, read it. Scroll through the Exploring series or the Volgun or SCP Illustrated, and all of their catalog on SCPs, and pick one that just stands out to you. Listen to it, read it, whatever, and just dive into it. You don't have to start at 001. Better yet, don't start with 001. Ironically, the 001 proposals are some of the most complicated SCPs that were made after the initial Foundation and Wiki was formed, after tons and tons of people like did all the shit over on X, on 4chan, many years ago, back in 2008, and then, obviously grew and developed over time. I would recommend starting with the classic. Start with some Series 1. Start with Series 1. 173 is classic. Peanut is classic. I would definitely look at that. That will give you a good understanding of how it used to work and so on. And then go like to 096. You get your horror. Go to the Plague Doctor. And then 682 and other things like that. And from there, just read whatever you want. Just if you want to go look into more antimemetics stuff, look on the antimemetics stuff. Everything on the wiki, if I remember correctly, is blocked into certain things, into certain series. If you want to learn about it, pataphysics. If you want to learn about pattern screamers. If you want to learn about like more tales that are MTF tales, you can go look into that and so on. It is so encompassing. There is over 8,000 official SCPs, and I think the 8,000 context just finished up really recently. But other than that, do yourself a favor, check this stuff out. If you like horror, if you like jokes, if you like adventure, if you like literally anything sci-fi related, you will probably like the SCP Foundation and everything that has to do with it. I'll probably link all the stuff down in the description that I did last time. Check those out. I'll obviously link this video if you want to go comment there and show some support to these guys. Other than that, if you want to support me, I have a Cash App, $, Deku Games on Cash App. The only incentive is that you will get a shout out in the comments if you say I donated or something. Other than that, I will see you guys next week for another SCP There Is No Antimemetics Division. But other than that, as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Don't forget.